Years before any direct battle, Egypt and the Hittites were struggling in secret. Not over a single city, but for influence, for trade routes carrying gold and timber, and for the loyalty of allies and soldiers who could shift the balance of power across the region. The Levant was the heart, and whoever controlled the heart controlled the body. Ramses II, at the beginning of his youth as pharaoh, understood that Egypt could not protect its borders or assert its presence without first securing a foothold there. So he began preparing a campaign like nothing done before. The army didn't move as one force. It was divided into 4 divisions, each named after a god, each with a clear role. The Amun division was the heart of the attack, the force that moved fast, entered direct confrontation, and protected the pharaoh in the toughest moments. The Ra division moved along the flanks, never waiting for the enemy, striking supply lines, hitting and disappearing, leaving chaos behind without giving the enemy a chance to respond. The Ptah division was the backbone, protecting the camp, guarding supplies, and stepping in at any threat to prevent the army from collapsing. And the Set division was in charge of surprises, ambushes, attacking from angles no one could see, increasing enemy confusion just when they thought they were in control. Even the chariots changed. They became lighter, faster, and their wheels were reinforced. Training focused on maneuvering, not long clashes. Each division knew when to strike and when to vanish. The campaign moved north, and the road was unusually quiet. Near Qadesh, the soldiers captured wandering Bedouins, terrified faces, fragmented words, telling them the Hittite army was far away, retreating north, afraid to face the pharaoh of Egypt. Their words made sense. Nothing on the ground contradicted them. Ramses advanced, setting up camp near the Orontes River. Tents were pitched, the soldiers rested, and everything seemed normal. Almost. Because behind Qadesh's walls, an entire army was waiting, silent and ready. The attack came without warning. The ground shook, thick dust covered everything. The roar of thousands of chariot wheels came before any alarm. The heavy Hittite chariots rushed forward, breaking the lines, and reached the heart of the Egyptian camp. The army scattered and the pharaoh was surrounded. One moment was enough to erase years of planning. But the battle didn't end there. The Amun division met the direct assault, moving fast, striking and withdrawing. The Ra division appeared on the flanks, cutting through lines, adding to the chaos. The Ptah division held the camp steady, protected the supplies and prevented collapse. And the Set division struck from unexpected angles, quick ambushes increasing enemy confusion. The light Egyptian chariots avoided direct clashes. They drew the Hittites into empty spaces, struck from the side, and vanished before the enemy could respond. The battle wasn't a single blow. It lasted hours. Attack, retreat, then attack again. The Hittites relied on their heavy chariots, a force trying to decide everything at once. But each time they charged, they found themselves chasing a moving target. Dust became a veil. No one knew who was advancing and who was retreating. Over time, horses tired and soldiers lost focus. The battle turned from an attempt at victory to a fight for survival. As the late divisions arrived, the ambush meant to end the Egyptian army became a war of attrition. By the end of the day, the picture was clear. The Hittites failed to break the Egyptian army. The Egyptians realized that Qadesh could not fall by force. The confrontation ended without declaring a victory, without a pursuit, as if both sides implicitly agreed that this war would not be decided today. But the struggle didn't stop. After Qadesh, skirmishes and political and military pressure continued for many years. About 15 years of constant threat, calculated movements, cities shifting allegiance according to the balance of power. In the end, exhaustion was stronger than swords. Neither Egypt could crush the Hittites forever, nor could the Hittites bring down Egypt. Weapons were laid down and a new door opened. A formal peace treaty was written between Ramses II and Hattusili III, king of the Hittites. Not just a truce, but a full treaty. No aggression, defensive alliance, and surrender of political refugees. The text was inscribed on stone, preserved in Egyptian temples, and in the Hittite capital. The first written peace treaty in history emerged from a war with no true victor, but with wisdom. Qadesh was not just a battle. It was a test, a lesson in trust and deception, and proof that sometimes the greatest victory is preventing the next war.